He was never really a father even before he left. He drank and gambled more than he ever worked. My mom worked long hours at a small diner to keep us alive. While he was out, I was the one raising my brothers, doing homework, dinners, and bedtimes. When he was drunk enough, fights got physical. I stood between him and my brother, so he turned on me instead of them. Then one night, my mom didn't come home. A drunk driver hit her on the way back from work. She died before she reached the hospital. After the funeral, Dad smashed things, blamed us, and burned through the little money Mom left on alcohol, gambling, and other women. We lived on cereal. I skipped meals so my brothers could eat. 6 months later, I woke up to a silent house. His closet was empty, his shoes were gone, and that note was on the table. He hadn't left a single dollar behind. I was 15, staring at proof that our father had chosen a stranger over his own kids. For a while, I tried to hold everything together, borrowing a little money, stretching what food we had, pretending things would somehow get better. They didn't. The power was cut off. The food ran out. With no one left to call, I did the hardest thing I've ever done. I called CPS on my own dad. They couldn't find him. My brothers and I were placed in foster care. Sometimes we stayed together, sometimes we were split up. The only thing that kept me going was one promise. When I turned 18, I would get them back. As soon as I aged out, I grabbed the first job I could and started the process to become their legal guardian. Eventually, it happened. I was granted guardianship. My brothers were legally mine. From that day on, I worked like crazy. I helped them through college and with rent so they never had to feel that kind of hunger or terror again. Now we all live in the same city with good jobs and stable lives. We talk about Mom often because she loved us. Our dad, on the other hand, was nothing but a shadow until a Facebook message popped up from an empty-looking account. "I've missed you. How are you and your brothers?" When I asked who it was, the reply came, "It's your dad," followed by an old family photo only he could have had. He said he thought about us every day, that he regretted everything, that he wanted to meet and be a family again. I ignored him. A few days later, he messaged again. He said he was married now, with kids, and his wife would love to meet us so we could start over. That was when I snapped. I told him exactly what he'd done, how he left us to starve, how we ended up in foster care, how I had to adopt my own brothers just so they wouldn't be separated. I asked if his new wife and kids knew he had abandoned his first family to build his second. He called himself desperate back then, and asked me not to tell his new family the truth so we could focus on the positive. That was the moment I realized he wasn't sorry. He didn't care about our pain. He just didn't want to look bad. So I blocked him. He went around me and messaged my brothers, playing the victim and acting like I was keeping him away. To them, he wasn't a father, just a stranger we used to be afraid of. They blocked him too. I thought that was the end. Until I got a message request from his new wife. She said she'd heard a lot about me and wanted to meet. I asked her straight out what she really wanted. After dodging the question, she finally admitted it. My dad has kidney failure and needs a transplant. They were hoping I, as the oldest, would step up and get tested so I could save his life. She didn't want her own kids to go through surgery because they're still young. In that moment, everything made sense. He didn't reach out because he loved us. He reached out because he needed a spare organ. I told her if she was that desperate to save him, she could offer her own kidney. As for us, we owe him nothing, not our forgiveness, not our time, and definitely not our bodies. I warned her if she or my father ever contacted me or my brothers again, I'd take legal action, and then I blocked her too. My dad chose himself the day he walked out of our house. We chose each other. He doesn't get a second chance now that he finally has something to lose.